Hi, my name is Loren, and I'm a speech-language pathologist. For the last 10 plus years, I've had the awesome opportunity to work with both children and adults with various communication and feeding-swallowing disorders and difficulties. I love what I do and would like to share helpful tips and strategies with families who are interested in helping themselves and their children improve their communication and feeding skills. I hope you will join me on this journey to better communication.
Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to help you with improving your child's expressive language. So first I want to tell you what expressive language is, what an expressive language delay is, and also some techniques that can help you at home to improve your child's expressive language if there is a concern. So first, before we get started, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe below. And share. Please let everybody else know about these videos so that they can help their children with their children's language and speech needs. Okay, parents, I want to talk to you if you have some concerns for your child's expressive language. If your child has less than 200 words and is not putting at least 2 words together when they're talking to you, then most times there may be a cause for concern. Around age 2, they should have 250 to 500 words. Age 3, we're looking at 1,000 vocabulary words and so on and so forth. But I've noticed that there's a lot of parents that I've worked with, especially where their children are only speaking about 5 or 10 words and they're age 2 or 3 years old. So that would be considered what we call an expressive language delay. So an expressive language delay is an overall general term that we use when a child is not communicating their wants and needs and thoughts and ideas using relatively a lot of words, vocabulary words, and putting at least 1 to 2 words together. So I have 2 techniques that I want to tell you guys about that should help your child improve their vocabulary, increase their vocabulary, improve their overall expressive language skills. So the first technique I want to talk about is introducing your child to their environment. Here, you would use the vocabulary around your child to bombard them with language and vocabulary skills. So if you're in the kitchen, you show them what a refrigerator is, show them what a tabletop is, show them what a kettle is, show them what a pot is, what a pan is, show them water, show them a paper towels, show them plates and bowls and spoons. All these different things of vocabulary words that are important for your child to be introduced to. You want them using these words. Younger children around age 2 to 3 and sometimes 4 are still going to use what we call word approximations. And that's when they use part of a word, or they will repeat 1 syllable of a word, like wawa for water or baba for bottle, different things like that. But they'll use those words consistently because they are building their vocabulary. So don't be too concerned about how long the word is or how difficult the word is. As long as your child is getting an idea of these words and what these things are around them, you want them to be able to identify these things, and as they get older, use these words in their vocabulary. Same as if you're going out in the car, if you're going to the supermarket or the store, you can say car, oh look, it's a stoplight, it's red. So you're really describing everything around you. You also want to describe your actions. As a parent, during bath time, eating time, whatever you and your child are doing, you want to describe what you're doing. Mommy is cooking the oatmeal, I'm stirring the pot. Wow, it's so hot. Can you see? It's really hot. Pop, pop, it's bubbling. These are all words, and you're using words together in sentences. This helps your child be able to understand the structure of a sentence and a phrase so that they will be able to build their language abilities to do the same. Also, during playtime is helpful when they play with a car. Vroom, vroom, the car goes fast. Go, car, go. These are showing how we put subjects and verbs together, and this is helping your child, once again, boost and increase their expressive language by using examples. It's never really too much. I've heard parents come to me and say, hey, this seems kind of crazy. I'm just talking about what I'm doing all day long, and I'm not even sure if my child is listening. They're listening, and they're absorbing the language and the use of language because that's how they've been learning since they've been in your womb. So it's very important that you just bombard them with these words and these vocabulary and these sentences and describing what's going on around them. They're not going to get tired of it because there's no real demand on them at this point. This is just you showing them and teaching them and engaging with them so they are getting more and more language. You talking to them is helping their brains absorb the language and learn how we use language. The next technique is encouraging them to speak. This is where the demand comes because you want your child to start using more words to tell you their wants, their needs, their thoughts, and express themselves. And so the way we do that is we have to create an environment in which they have some kind of a demand on them, not too much, but we have expectations for them to talk. So I've had parents come to me and say, hey, my child's not using language, and I'll ask them questions about what happens at home when they want a snack. Do they ask for them, or do you just give them the snack? And most parents would say that they would just give their child a snack. For this technique, it's going to be very important that your child uses some form of language to request things, to tell you what they want, what they need, or to get your attention, or to tell you about the things that are around them. Don't be too concerned if the word sounds exactly like the vocabulary word that they're trying to say. As long as they're using that to request these items and they're using that same word consistently is what's important. So if your child, for instance, wants a snack and they maybe want a fruit snack, they can say food snack or foo, or some kind of approximation of the word for you to know what they want. If it's really not able to be understood, you can have them point, and that'll accompany what they're doing. So they'll use some form of a word, some form of a sound to tell you what they want, and they can accompany with pointing so you know what they want. Grunting and gestures, I would leave those out. Those would not be allowed. So just saying for everything that they want would not be acceptable. You would want them to try to repeat what you're saying. So if they don't know what it is, you can tell them. Most times I would tell parents, tell them what it is and have them ask for it. So even if they just use one word to get started or part of a word to get started, we're establishing a basis for them to actually use words to get what they want, and use words to get your attention, and use words to express themselves. So if they're in a situation where the dog is doing something crazy and they're like, oh, you can say, look, the dog is scratching. He's scratching himself, right? That's the doggy, right? Say doggy, and they might say duh, or something like that. And that's the approximation that they're using for dog. That may not seem like much, but parents, it is the building blocks for them building language, especially their expressive language skills. You want them to express themselves using parts of words and words. Well, I hope these techniques will be helpful to improve your child's expressive language. Please comment with any experiences, any questions you have. And like I said before, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great one. Thank you.